Well, good morning once again.
Good morning.
And we're back out in the Scottish hills, continuing our week up here.
Yeah, we found a really remote little spot to park the car.
Really remote. The car's just over there. We're on the banks of Loch Etive, or just up from the banks of Loch Etive, that's that behind us there. And we're looking at doing Beinn Bhreac, or Beinn Bhreac, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that. But it's up in front of us here, not a very well trodden mountain at all.
Hoping for some views at the top.
Yeah.
It's still pretty cloudy.
There's a lot of cloud floating around, isn't there?
We'll see.
And not very well trodden, so we're not sure on the paths front. We've got a sort of half route plotted into the GPS, and we're just going to hope for the best, really.
Yeah, it's a hopeful kind of day.
Winging it again, yeah, so we're hoping on the weather front and hoping on the path front. So let's see what happens. Well, that first section has been pretty tough going, mainly because the path's very hit and miss. There's parts like this that are rocky that are really good, and then there's a lot of bits which are just very, very boggy, and you've got to try and pick your way through the bog. But there's Loch Etive down in the distance, and the views are starting to open up somewhat. Not sure what any of these peaks are called, but it's looking pretty nice, although there is some cloud kissing the tops of the higher ones. But we'll press on anyway, eh? Yeah, very quiet. Go. The views are opening out even more. What we're seeing is still more cloud on the higher peaks, so we're not sure what our views are going to be like at the top, but it's nice for now. Really, really remote feel, isn't there? Lovely little glen down there with a river in it. Very nice. Well, it's time for another round of bog bingo. Are we going in or not? Oh, it's not bad, it's not bad. You just never know, do you? So just approaching our summit there, we've spotted a whole load of deer hurtling across the hillside, who noticed us well before we noticed them. There's quite a few of them, isn't there?
Yeah, they're turning back.
Are they? Hard to see them. Yeah, there they are. So that's on the flanks of that, which is our summit up there, our first glimpse of it proper. We've got a bit of a descent down into this boggy trough, and for the past, I don't know, 20 minutes we've been glancing up at it, and sometimes it's cloud capped, sometimes it's not. There's bits of blue floating around, so by the time we get up there, who knows what it's going to be doing.
Fingers crossed.
Alright, cross your fingers and hope for the best. making a run for it. Some big fairy caterpillars lurking in the grasses up here, having a bit of a chill. I've just spotted a little tiny lochen down there, just on the side of the hill. So if we feel like a dip on the way down, there's always an option. Well, the sun is shining on Loch Etive, back down in the valley. Not here yet. And we're doing quite a bit of off-path stuff because the path has just basically become non-existent, hasn't it? But I think when you get up to the less trodden hills in Scotland, that's often the way. But we're only about, I don't know, half a mile from the summit, which you can't see behind there now, but it's all just, yeah, pathless, boggy, bracken bashing. Your favourite, innit?
Usually I hate that kind of thing, but I have to say it is worth it.
Yeah.
Get that remote feel.
Lovely, isn't it? Well, we've just took a little detour off the path, which is heading off that way. I say path, the direction we want to be going in, just because we've spotted an amazing viewpoint.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So we'll take you over and have a look at that. It's fantastic. Not bad at all. You can kind of see that very thin slither in the middle of the picture is the Isle of Lismore. Over down towards Oban that way. Some moody skies hanging around. And that's Loch Etive down there, which you can only see a small part of. It's absolutely enormous. Loch Etive heads off behind that big peak there, right up Glen Etive towards Rannochmore and Glencoe. But yeah, some rather nice views from up here. Well, we've got about half a k as the crow flies to the summit and a few hundred feet to climb, but it's all just like this, pathless, boggy, uneven, difficult. There's huge holes covered by grass everywhere, so it's slow going, isn't it? Challenging, yes, yes it is, but we're nearly there. Just as we're about to reach the summit, a wall of cloud rolls in. So we've got a pretty much total whiteout going on now, as you can see. And we're a stone's throw from the summit. So we're just hoping that clears by the time we get up there. Well, there is our summit cairn. Hoping it might be a bit of a shelter as well. No, just a cairn, and awesome views all round, as you can see. Well, I think we're going to give it 5 or 10. It's pretty bleak up here. It's cold, windy and a bit damp. But we're going to give it 5 or 10 and see if this clears, and if not, head off to find somewhere else for lunch. But if we get any views, we'll come back to you. And we've just sat and had our sandwiches. The wind is pretty bad, and that's about as good as the views have got. It's yeah, a small percentage of a view. head off, I think. A little bit more of a view. Still lots of wind. Well, it's time to head off.
Way down.
It's pretty inclement up here, so we're not going to hang around.
And it's taken a long time to get up here as well, so
Let's get rolling. Well, we're back down under the cloud. You can see that neat grey line. And we've got some views. But it's not been brilliant up there, has it? It's still pretty blowy and pretty cold.
yeah.
And the summit's, yeah, still under the cloud. We were caught out a little bit there, if we're honest. We were expecting better weather than that. But we're just going to pick our way down now, and at least we're out the clouds, so we've got some points of reference. It's never nice being up in a whiteout. But we've not done a great deal of filming on the way down because the weather's got even worse.
Clouds rolled in.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a look behind there, it's just a bit of a clag fest wherever you look. We've not picked the best day for it, although the forecast was actually saying it was going to be alright.
Yeah, it was. We picked kind of the best day that we had left to do this, but it's not worked out quite as we thought, but hey ho, you've got to take the positives out of every experience.
You can't win them all.
What are our positives? Let's list them.
Loads of bog on the floor, loads of clag in the sky.
We saw loads of deer.
Yeah, loads of deer.
We saw some frogs.
Yeah.
The biggest caterpillars I've ever seen.
Massive fluffy caterpillars.
There's some nice views of Loch Etive on the way up.
Yeah. Been a nice stretch of the legs, hasn't it?
It has. Been an experience. We've done our first Graham, our first Scottish Graham. And I got to eat Scottish shortbread on the top of a bed.
We got some caramel shortbread from the local shop, and my word, it was superb.
So winning.
Yeah, some winners in there for sure. Right, we'll catch you up a bit further down then. Scottish Clag everywhere.
Yep.
It's yeah, we're down at 500 feet now, so we're nearly back down, and it's just followed us down the whole way. It's kind of fine, mizzly, drizzly clag, and isn't looking like lifting any time.
There hasn't been anything to film really,
no.
has there?
It's of a different quality to English cloud. This, it's sort of, it's cloudier, isn't it?
It is cloudier, yeah.
There's something about Scottish cloud. So yeah, I think it's time to sign off. And unfortunately, not much in the way of views for us to sign off with, but
an experience all the same.
Yeah, we got out.
We're going to head off to the Creggan Inn for tea.
Yeah, they're doing a pizza special tonight, aren't they? So we're going to have a big massive pizza and some chips.
Sounds
Cheer
good.
ourselves up. Right, well, thanks for watching as always. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully it'll be a bit drier then, but we'll see.
You never know.
See ya. Ta-ta.